Trying to fix my wardrobe malfunction this morning. Let me get set up here. Wait a couple of minutes for everybody to join us. Hope y'all are having a happy Monday so far. Good morning, Jenny and Becky. Trying to get my laptop synced. Hang on, give me just a minute. Here we go. Okay. I'm still drinking coffee. I haven't done makeup or anything yet this morning because I have to do my couch to 5K when I finish here, and then I have to run to the store, and then I got a busy day. Lots of stuff going on today. It's that wonderful time of the year. Too much to do. I just realized that this angle, the wall behind me, looks completely blank. I need to hang something up there. I may need to go to Hobby Lobby. Good morning, Lisa and Donna and everybody that's coming in. It's beautiful weather here in Texas. It's chilly, but we don't have any precipitation. I'm a little bit jealous of all of you getting the snow, but that's we don't get snow here very often. Usually it starts getting that cold in January, and we get ice, but we don't get snow hardly. I mean, every now and then, but not very often. Okay, let's get down to the subject matter at hand. I'm going to save the bulk of my little pep talk today for the end, but let me address a couple of questions that folks have sent me first. The first one is the Blue Dot Challenge. Are we supposed to still be trying to achieve the blue dot? And the answer to that is if you want to. Your healthy eating zone, which is where you have to eat and track to get the blue dot, expanded with Freestyle. Now you just have to track no less than 10 points under your daily range and no more than 5 points over. For instance, my daily Smart Point budget is 23. If I track at least 13 points, or I track no more than 28 points, I'll get a blue dot. There are days I track at least 13 points and I get the blue dot. There are days I don't track that many points because I eat more of the 0 point food, or I don't eat that much to get 13 trackable points. So I don't focus, my value, not yours. I don't focus that much anymore on achieving the blue dot. I just focus more on eating healthy. If the blue dot is important to you, then that's how you achieve it. You track no less than 10 points under your daily budget and no more than 5 points over. As long as you do that, you'll get the blue dot. And if it's important to you, then by all means, go for it. Now, what if you realize that it's close to the end of the day and you haven't eaten that many points? Should you eat something just so that you can get that blue dot if you're not hungry? Again, that's your value, and you'll have to make that decision. There are some, really easy ways to make sure that you're getting at least that many points, even if you're eating a lot of food off of the 0 point list, and that's by adding in some healthy fats, some healthy carbohydrates. Have a potato, or put some olive oil in your food, or maybe an avocado, or something like that. But you don't have to turn to unhealthy food just to achieve that blue dot. So that's my thoughts on the Blue Dot Challenge. Again, it's your value, not mine. Sugar. Sugar is a sneaky little critter, and it shows up in so many things. So I wanted to show you with some canned just some vegetables to show you how easy it is to think that you're eating something 0 point, but then when you start looking, you realize that maybe it isn't. Okay, so black beans, all beans, are now on the 0 food list. So I looked through my pantry this morning and found a can of black beans. These black beans say they have garlic, which is 0 points, onion, which is 0 points, and spices. So I scanned it and it came up points. So I started looking at the nutrition label, the ingredients. Well, lo and behold, one of the spices that's added to this can of black beans is sugar. It's no longer 0 points because it has added sugar, okay? Sweet peas should be 0 points, right? Because peas are now on the 0 food list. Okay, so I scanned it. Came up 3 points. What the heck? So again, I went to the ingredients list. Guess what one of the ingredients is? Added sugar. Now, peas have a natural form of sugar in them, so if the ingredient list only listed peas, they're 0 points. But because this manufacturer chose to add sugar to the food, it's not 0 points. This pea, frozen, from Aldi's, it scans that it has points. But when I go to the ingredients list, the only ingredient in this food is peas. No points. Does that make sense? Libby's sweet kernel corn. Corn is 0 points now, right? Scans that it has 3 points per serving, so I went to the ingredient list. The ingredients are corn, water, and salt. So this one I count as 0 because there's no added sugar. We've seen before, we've known that fruit is 0 points for quite a while, even before Freestyle. And a lot of you have asked from time to time, but when I scan it, it comes up with points. And we've always told you fruit has natural sugar in it. If the only ingredient is that food item, you don't have to track the points. You don't have to count the points. But if you scan a food, this is a good rule of thumb for me. If I scan a food that I believe to be 0 points, it's on the 0 point food list, and I scan it and it comes up with points, the very next place I look is the ingredients. If the only ingredients in that food are foods from the 0 point food list, you're okay. If they have added sugar or they've added an ingredient that has points, it's no longer a 0 point food list. Mixed vegetables oftentimes have potatoes in them. So a potato has points. The other vegetables in there don't, but you've now crossed over into a pointed food because it has an ingredient in it that has points. The same thing with your lunch meat. A lot of lunch meat, even though it says it's turkey breast or chicken breast, they have added sugar to it to enhance the flavor. So if it has added sugar, it's not 0 point. So you're going to have to be really careful and watch that. I know I have looked, and the one I buy is boar's head, turkey breast, and chicken breast because they do not have sugar added to them. So when you're looking, when you're scanning, just look at the ingredient list on the label, and that will tell you whether or not it has added sugar. If it does, look and see if you can find another one that does not. Ground meat. You can't just buy ground turkey or ground chicken. It has to be the breast, and it has to be at least 98%. Okay, so be careful when you're looking for that. Now, I went yesterday to the store and I priced ground chicken. At my store, I found ground chicken breast, and it was 99% chicken breast, so I knew it was 0 point. It was $5.99 a pound. $5.99 a pound. Right next to it was a bulk package of chicken breast, whole chicken breast, that was $1.59 a pound on sale. So I bought the bulk package of chicken breast and I brought it home. And tonight, when he gets home from work, my husband is going to help me use my handy dandy new KitchenAid meat grinder attachment, and we're going to grind our own chicken breast. That way I have saved money, and I know for sure that what I'm getting is just pure chicken breast. Now, okay, you may say, well, that's great for you. You have a handy dandy KitchenAid attachment. I don't. Well, lots of people are saying on the Facebook group that you can use your food processor, or you can ask the butcher at the store to grind it for you. And I've read several posts yesterday where people said that the butcher was happy to do that and didn't charge any extra. So there are ways to do it. Somebody asked yesterday about rotisserie chicken. It's cooked with the skin on. Does that skin make it a point, or does it not make it a point? You know, lots of people are going to give you different answers, and I've even heard different answers from some Weight Watchers leaders. You know, if I take the skin off, it's now 0 point. If I take the skin off, it's still 1 point because the fat cooked into the meat. I don't really know. I can't tell you what the official answer is. All I can tell you is that 1 point is probably not going to make a huge difference in your day. I would not stress over 1 point that I did or did not eat a piece of chicken that had skin on it that I removed. That's just me. I wouldn't stress over that 1 point. That's what the weekly points are for. For me, they're my overdraft protection. So if I'm out and rotisserie chicken is my option and I take the skin off and don't eat it, I'm not going to stress out over whether or not that skin added a point or not. Again, that's my value. You have to decide what your value system is. But that's how I'm working it. Freestyle. I have been on the board this morning reading the post since I got up, and I wish I had counted, but I'm seeing message after message after message where people are posting they just finished their first week on Freestyle and they're seeing losses. And some of them are seeing what I would consider significant losses. Most folks our age are not losing weight rapidly. That's why we call ourselves turtles. So when I see people posting that they're losing, you know, 1.5 pounds, 2.5, 3.5 pounds in the first week, that excites me. It's proof to me that it works if you really work it. So what I'm going to ask you to do is if you have just finished your first week on Freestyle and you have had a loss, do me a favor, post a message and tell us what you think made the difference. What did you do this week to follow the Freestyle program that you believe resulted in you having weight loss? Because we're seeing lots of people who are fearful, who are anxious, and some are having a hard time believing that it's going to work. And so rather than dwelling on the negative, I would love to see a lot of posts from those of you who are seeing success telling us what you did and how you're doing it. that will be an encouragement to people who need the encouragement this week. So please do that for us. Let us know what you're seeing that's making a difference. Here's what I think. Attitude in life makes all the difference in the world. If you go into this with a positive attitude, even though you may be anxious or a little fearful, if you go into it with a can-do attitude, I think the odds of you having a successful journey are greatly increased. We go back to childhood, the book, The Little Engine That Could. If I think I can, odds are I can. If I tell myself going in that I can't, I'm probably not going to. And so I'd like to turn this engine around and go into it more with an I think I can attitude this week. Let's don't focus on the negative. Let's focus on the positive. There's a lot of positive things that are coming out with this program, and I'm excited about it. I want you to be excited. Am I asking you to drink the Kool-Aid? No. Am I asking you to believe it without proof? No, I'm not, but the proof is coming in. Again, I saw many messages that posted this morning where people are posting great weight losses, and we're seeing them in the meetings. So I know it works. I'm just asking you to give it a chance. And instead of posting messages about, how horrible it is that you lost some points, or I don't particularly eat those foods, or I'm allergic to shellfish. Well, there's all kinds of ways of getting around that. So rather than dwelling on the negative, let's focus on the positive, and let's figure out how to embrace this journey and make it work for you. If you post on the Facebook group that you're needing help, that you have questions, that you're struggling, that you're fearful, we're all here and anxious to help you work through that. That's what this group and many other support groups and even your Weight Watchers meetings, that's what they're for. That's different than posting, I hate it, it's not going to work. Weight Watchers, took it from me, and I can't do this. I'm not going to do it. I quit. I'm out. That's completely different. That's a negative attitude, and that's not helping you, and it's certainly not helping anyone else. There are a lot of people that are kind of teetering on the fence, and they need encouragement. That's not encouraging. So we're not trying to be bullies by minimizing the negative posts. We're just trying to reinforce the positive. And so I'm asking you to help us with that this week. Again, I'm not asking you to not share if you're struggling. Let's just struggle in a positive way and struggle together. And I think that will get us all a lot farther along on the journey than the negative. Someone posted something this morning. I wish I'd written down who it was, but it said, give kindness and receive kindness. Treat people how you want to be treated, and talk to people how you want to be talked to. I think if we all do that, it'll be a much happier world. It'll definitely be a much happier Facebook group, and it'll just make the week a lot easier for all of us. Again, there's proof that it's working. The posts are coming in. Please keep those coming, and please share with us what you think it is that you did that made you successful. And let's see, I'm going to look over at my laptop, which seems to be freezing up. I saw messages coming in and then they stopped. So either y'all stop talking to me, or Becky says she scanned all the cans at the grocery store and found many of the items do scan points. That's true. And, you can scan fruit and it'll come up points, but that's when you have to go to the ingredients list. If it says that it has nothing other than that particular 0 point food in the nutrition label, then you're good. But if it has other things added, then you're going to have to count points. Let's see. Jeannie, eating rotisserie chicken, rolling over points and eating them. She lost 2.5 pounds. So, it's going to work. You may have to tweak some things. It may take you a couple of weeks to kind of get into the groove and figure out, you know, what you can and can't have and what to count, what not to count, but we're here to answer those questions. We're happy to try to help answer those questions. There are many Weight Watchers leaders in our group who are more than happy to try to help you along the way. What we can't help is I'm not going to do it attitude. We can't work with that. But if you'll give us something to work with, then we're going to do our best to make it work for you and help you figure this out. I'm a believer in Weight Watchers, and I'm believing in Freestyle. I lost my weight with Weight Watchers, and so I'm going to continue trusting them. And I hope you will too. I'll go back through all of the comments later today and try to answer anything. For some reason, they're not scrolling on my laptop, so I can't see your questions, and I apologize for that. But I will go back through and answer every one of them at some point today. Just try to continue to go along with a positive attitude. Give Freestyle a chance. Go all in for a couple of weeks. It may take a couple of weeks for your body to adjust, but just do it. Trust it. Figure out ways to work around your limitations if you have some. If you have questions, ask them in a positive way. The final thing I want to say is, and I hope this doesn't sound harsh, but please hear my heart. If you don't have anything good to say, then please don't say anything. We're all here for support. The world has an awful lot of negativity, and it's just so easy sitting anonymously behind a keyboard to say something negative. That doesn't help us. So if you don't have something good to say, talk to yourself, but don't talk to other people, because you're not helping them. And we all want to be a help to one another. And I know you do. And I know sometimes we say something and we don't intend for it to come across as harshly as it does. So maybe before you hit that send button, read what you typed and think, is that going to help somebody? If it does, go ahead and hit send. If it's not, maybe delete, maybe reword it, or maybe just think, yeah, that was just for me. That really didn't have to be said to somebody else. And we'll all get along so much better this week. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate those of you who are trying to help, and I especially appreciate those of you who are sharing with us what you're doing that's getting you the great results, because you may just be the one who encourages somebody who's teetering on that fence. So keep those coming in, and let's see what kind of a great week we can have this week, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of your losses as you embrace the journey and move along on this new program. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you on the board. Bye. So keep those